We traveled halfway across the world to France with the privilege to be able to fish for some of the biggest fish I could possibly ever catch in my lifetime. With a 14-day vacation for myself and 2 friends, we would be competing in the World Carp Classic, trying to top our 7th place finish in 2022, along with spending time with some good friends over there that have grown to become a second family. This is France 2024.
We got a giant common. My new PB? What a head. What a fish.
Oh my God. See you later.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. Welcome aboard Flight 264. Thanks for flying with us. Have a great day.
Well, we made it, and we are in France, finally. We woke up at like 8 o'clock yesterday morning and made this long drive to the airport and all that flight over here. Let's go, boys. I remember taking pictures of the big mirror right there. We're here! With arriving in the town of Metz, we pulled into our 2 private lakes owned by our dear friend Vince. The lakes were overgrown and natural, teeming with giant carp. We were eager to begin fishing, but had a lot of work ahead of us first. But we're here. It is dark, as you can see. We just got some Mickey D's. We're having a hard time eating right now because it's like 30 hours we're up. We should be going to sleep, but we got one bivvy up, a giant big gazebo up, and we are at Vince's, both lakes. He put 2 tons of carp in that little lake last year. We're trying to get rods out before dark. We got 3 rods in, we got 3 rods to go. Gonna get those 3 rods out. We're gonna hit the hay, and hopefully we're gonna wake you guys up with the first French fish. It's gonna be an exciting trip. Let's get after it. We got one! First one, a common. Crazy fight though. We're fishing like 5 feet off a snag, and I just had to pick up that rod and start walking back. We don't even got all the rods in yet. We'll sack this guy. It's 9. We'll leave him in the morning, and we're gonna show you guys probably a brace of like a bunch of them. Beauty. No, we'll just give a quick show. Put this guy in the sling with his brother, George, cousin. Night 1 was nothing more than exceptional. With fish after fish after fish hitting the net, we had some epic boat battles and very little sleep. But when the sun rose, we were able to take in all of the beauty the special place had to offer. We were all in good spirits, ready to take on our first full day of fishing in France. First fish for Jared.
Yeah.
Beauty little fish.
Caught it right beside a nice big log that's soaking in the water.
We've had all commons. The 4th common. Vince said he put 2 tons of carp in the small pond, all around the size that Jared just got. And he said there's only 2 out of the 2 tons that were commons. Was it 10 minutes? We got our first mirror. Little guy. One of the 2 tons that Vince put in on the right hand side. Really nice little guy. But we're gonna get this guy back. I got one while we were gone mating. There are the odd like 20 in here.
I'd just love a koi.
Yeah, or a sick mirror, like a fully or a zip.
Watch that. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that zip would be mint. God, wow.
You're good.
I'm not feeling him no more?
Yeah, I just felt him. He just did a little bob. I saw it. I don't see him, but I almost guarantee you he's in that.
He's in there, you think?
No.
He's in the bubbles, huh?
Yeah. I think your lead's in there. There we go, you got him now. Yep.
Oh, it's a sick fully. It's a sick fully.
It's a sick fully scale.
Nice.
Oh my God.
Wow.
What a beauty. Dude.
France fish.
Sick. Double header mirrors on the other side with the small ones.
First scaled for Jared, first mirror for me.
Yeah. Matt's first mirror, Jared's first fully scaled beauty, man. I'll see you later. Bye. Yes. Matt got a beauty. This fish definitely has some koi in it. We're just saying, oh, the nice thing about catching a small mirror is that you can only get a bigger PB now, Matt.
Pocket carp. Put this one in my suitcase. Bring it home.
Think of like how good Canadian fishing is and how good and how many fish that we can have in a day. Well, with the amount of fish that Vince has put in these ponds since we've been here last, it was a lot tougher fishing the last time we were here in 2022, but this time they are kicking off. This is our 10th fish of the trip. Beauty. Oh, girl. Right on. Okay, well, we're gonna finish doing what we were doing and we're going for lunch, maybe a drink, an adventure. We're in France, day 2. Can't believe how good it's going. Hello! We've come to see Vince at CCC Adventure. This is where we get all our gear from. And Vince is a great guy because we were supposed to fish with the dynamite baits that we got in 2022 when we won our sector. We had 1,000 euros of boilies and baits that we had donated to us as a winning prize. And Vince said, you know what? You guys did crap in 2018 with dynamite. Why don't I keep the dynamite and I'll sell it in the shop and I'll sponsor you guys and I'll give you all my bait to fish with. So he hooked us up with hats, hoodies, t-shirts, raincoats, and he's giving us all of our bait for the rest of the trip. We're gonna get glug from him, crayfish boilies, shrimp boilies, some spicy. He's gonna make everything for us tomorrow fresh in the shop here. And then that way, when we get to the tournament, we have the freshest boilies. He called 2 of his buddies that are sponsored through Vince. One of them is a Fox guy that fishes Madine almost weekly, and he said 2 boilies, and it's the exact boilies that we will be fishing the event with. Jack Daniels boilies, as well as the crayfish. So big shout out to Vince. He is helping us out in a big way, like always. The hospitality here in France is crazy compared to especially Quebec, but Canada in general has to step up their game a little bit. We're gonna go back inside, we're gonna finalize what we've bought for ourselves. Matt's got rods, reels, Jared's got rods, I bought a bunch of end tackle. But we're getting back to the lake and we're gonna be fishing before long again. We've still got 5 days at the lake before the tournament. It's been a good first day. It's been a good first day. After a quick lunch date and a visit with Vince, we were back at the lake, taking out the boat and topping up all of our spots with bait. A mix of cooked carp concept boilies and particles spread perfectly over the spots that we had found the previous evening. With the amount of fish in this lake, it was crucial to put a healthy amount of bait on each spot. Tying up PVA sticks for each rod and flicking the rods out on the spots one at a time, it wasn't long before my rod in the corner was away. He's not very big. Man, that was 5 minutes. Just got back from Vince's, rods went in. A little PVA on there with Vince's beautiful baits that we'll be now using in the tournament. Flicked it out in the margin on the other side. Ba-ding ba-dang. I was saying that when we left, like, it got to be so quiet here and there was no noise, and we baited up all the swims when we left. So the fish had a time to swim in the area. There was no lines in the water, no noise being made. That's a nice little mirror. Nice. Look at that one big scale he's got. Beauty. Beauty. We're yet to break 30 pounds. Last time we were here in 2022, we had our first fish was a 35 pounder. But that's okay, I'd take quantity over quality right now for sure. We're going to Madine still. There's big fish in here. They're beautiful. We'll get them back. Bye-bye. Right on. Was not long. We're gonna get it right back out there. The longest thing to do right now is put another PVA on and then we're flicking it back out there. It's a little tougher when the night comes because I can't see where the trees are. And I don't have distance measuring sticks. I guess I could use bang sticks, but I kind of just winged it. Last night a few times I whipped it over there, put it in the trees with the PVA, ripped it out, reeled it back in really fast, casted it perfectly on the spot, and caught a fish. So hopefully we don't lose one eventually, a PVA and a rig in the trees, I mean, but they're biting, so we just got to keep doing what we're doing. So what we got going here is just a snowman rig. Bait's kind of going to sit like that on the bottom, the hook laying flat, and the bait presenting itself. We're using an 18mm crayfish boilie from Carp Concept. That's Vince's shop, with a crayfish pink pop-up. And it's balanced perfectly. An extra long rig, 18-inch section of rig there, and a nice 3.5 square lead. And we could be casting out and catching them on singles because we are baiting quite heavy just all around the spot, but we're doing up a pretty hefty stick of PVA with just some of those crayfish boilies hooked right up on the hook there. We're gonna flick it back out on the spot. I don't think it'll be long before this rod goes again, because this rod has been the rod. That's a nicer one. Probably the biggest of the trip.
High 20s.
26 maybe. I knew. You're not swimming though, man. You're not in the water. Oh, this one has a crazy fucking thing. Saved them. Straight in. Quick release. We figured out our gazebo. Yesterday when we were setting it up, I told Jared, it kind of looks inside out. No. It's like that, it goes. Okay. Jared set up like 10 of these before, so I figured he knew what he was doing. And then Vince comes today, the wind just got it all blown down. He's like, oh, it's inside out. So they just got it up for us. And it looks way, way better now. Way better. We thought we were gonna have to deal with this in the rain all next week, and we just have rain shooting in the sides, but Jared's got it figured now. It's because in Quebec they're set up a certain way, so that's what Jared was used to. So now that we're here in France, it's backwards. Wow, he's really not doing anything. He hasn't, like, I haven't felt a head shake. Nice. Well, that's the biggest mirror we caught for sure. Well, we got the first big mirror of the trip. Had a lot of fun catching small ones on the other side. And we caught a nice, like, probably a high double on this side in the corner. But I knew when that rod went, it was gonna be a nice fish. I caught a lot of really nice ones off that corner last year. No means a giant, but all we've been using so far is Vince's baits, and they've been working so good. Vince came and joined us, brought us a little bit more stuff. Beauty. That's definitely a nice mid-20 fish. Looks like a super old one. We're gonna slip her back right away, and we're gonna have to paddle back out and get that rod out there. So he thinks that the markings on the tail are a giant wels that probably bit it, which is crazy to think that something would try to eat this. But we'll slip her back. That's such a beauty. Bye. Sick. The night has just begun for sure. I know it's late, but this is finally the brace of commons that I had through the night. 3 beauty fish. I think this was number 2. This was the first one of the night, with this one being the 3rd one of the night. We've had a lot of good fish since then, but we're gonna slip all 3 of these back. 1, 2, 3. 1. Graceful. It's all about how graceful you can get them to go. Pretty good. And number 3. That was the best one. Well, we're coming in tonight too I think it's gonna get hectic. We just had a fish on the far line. I think the only rod that has yet to go is the one in the corner. And the last time we came, it took a little while to get going too. So we're gonna get a little bit more feed on all the rods. We're gonna have supper. We're gonna chill out, wait for the next bite. It's not fighting like a 2-pounder.
No.
Eh?
No.
At all. Oh, he's in the weed now. He's in the lilies. I think it's a better one. I don't think it's like a little dinker.
What a save.
That's crazy. Beautiful little fish. I want to say it feels heavy, but it's like I've had a couple like under 20 that feel heavy, so.
Yeah, like from all the fish you've caught out of this spot, like this one at night has to take a run in the bush.
In the tree, out of the tree, in the net, under the net. We'll sack her. Let's go check her out a little bit. That's a big slug. Watch his antennas coming out. Whoa! I'd say like a mid-20 again, but an epic fight in the dark. Man, that is such a long fish. Okay, we'll just slip her back. See you later. The action on the second night seemed to really kick off with a full feeding frenzy commencing on all of the spots. The fish were crashing all over the lake and we had a hard time keeping rods out as the fish activity was off the charts. Maybe it was because of the full moon overhead, but on the calm and quiet night in France, at this moment, I knew this was going to be a trip to remember. Yeah, bring the net closer to the boat just in case I gotta jump in the boat. It's cutting hard left now. I'm afraid it's gonna go behind the island. Beauty. Yeah, I don't know if it's a 30. Honestly,
I think it's missing a couple inches in length, but it's got the nice beden.
Yeah, it's like a real European frame on a fish. Big head, tall shoulders. Man, she's almost like leather. She's got like almost no scales. 3 tail scales, a belly scale, and then a little patch. They're kind of even like almost under the skin. Sick. Yeah. That means I gotta go back out in the boat. After a night of chaos came a morning of calm. There was very little sleep and we were up early in the van, headed back to Paris to do a vehicle swap. Enjoying some coffee and time on the road, Jared and myself took in the scenery and we knew we would be back at the lake in no time, fishing. Well, we made it, the familiar Indy campers. We're finally here. We dropped the car off to the airport this morning. We went around the airport like 5 different times trying to find the way down to be able to drop it off. We got a great taxi drive. It cost us half the amount of money as in 2022. And we're about to jump in our 22-foot RV and kick off the trip for real. So we're heading back to Vince's Lakes. We're gonna get all loaded up. We're gonna be in style for the next 2 weeks. Cannot wait. See you guys in the RV. We got the RV. We're back, finally. Matt's got a fish.
Right now?
Right now. We just got back, we got the baits, we got the RV. Matt's got a carp. You been slamming them? Yeah. Sick. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. Number 8. That's our 30th fish of the trip. Sick, bud. Any crazy ones?
Yeah, I got all kinds. Got a bag for you.
Nice. Little guy? Yeah. Yeah, just in case it's a pretty one. Little regular.
That back fin was nice.
Oh. Hey, dark too. Oh, got a little bigger. Nice.
Beauty.
Beauty little fish.
Well, after a long drive today and Matt slaying a bunch of fish that we'll show you guys in a second, this is my brace from last night. We just got all the rods back out, and this is the biggest mirror to date. Put up a crazy fight on the far rod, and I only had 2 fish last night, with this beauty French mirror being one, probably a low 20. So short, but so fat and chunky. The shoulders are just crazy on these fish. And then the second fish of the night, coming on the other rod, both out of the big fish side, is another common. This is my 5th common. This one is super mad. They have been in the sack for a little while, so they're probably pretty excited to get back. This one gave me a crazy fight, in and out of the trees, into some weeds. Really good brace of fish, 2 super beauties. And I hope tonight it just keeps getting better and better as the days go on. We've still got 3 days of fishing. We're at 30 fish in 2 days, so we might do something crazy like 50 or 60 fish. And weeding through all these small fish that Vince has put in, we are bound to get into some of the really big ones. These nice doubles and 20s are nice, but I want to see the 30s and the high 30s, potentially 40 in here. So me and Jared left for like 9 hours, and this is the result Matt had. He absolutely smashed them. Tench, mirrors on mirrors on mirrors, and this is just what he kept after he decided that he should keep a few to show us. Some really nice fish, man. Sick ones. And a new PB, and a PB tench, and a really crazy mirror too. We'll show you guys these other mirrors in a second. These were the 2 biggest of Matt's brace. We're gonna slip these ones back, and we're gonna show you all these little guys with a sweet tench. First France tench. It might be a smaller one. Like, we've caught some small ones. Oh, it's not bad. Dude, it's a nice one. It's a nice one. It might be the biggest of the trip. Way to go, man. That's your biggest of the trip for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Well, that's a friggin' sick one.
Yeah. Cast it between the islands and bang. So my biggest fish yet of this trip.
Yeah, I'd say like 18. Sick one. We could probably release it super nice right here too.
Yeah.
And Matt has already had 3 fish out of the small side, this being the prettiest one by far. But the day is definitely kicking off on the right foot. Gonna slip this one back. We had a bunch of runs on the big side, including a couple fish that we have in the sack to show you, maybe a few 30-pounders.
Beauty brace, Matt. His PB mirror, and the biggest common that we've had so far. We just hit our 40th fish landed. We're just looking for that real big one still. It's not a very big one, but we're still trying to go in that snag. Okay, we got him out. Hey, might be a good one. Get out of those trees. It's a good one. Yeah, for sure he wants to. Oh, it's a nice one. It's a nice one. Oh, it might be the biggest so far. Oh, she's beautiful. She wants to go in those trees so badly. No, it's not bigger than my other one, I don't think. Still a really good fish though. Yeah. Sick one. Nice one. Low 20. Really nice scale pattern. I had a rod I was about to go put out, and it's a good thing I didn't jump in the boat early because I would have missed that one for sure, and she went straight into the snags. It's a little bit tough here because I'm fishing in like a corner And this lake is like a very natural lake. I was saying to Jared, like a lot of these lakes that you pay to go to, they'll have a lot of the snags that hang over the water still there, but they'll do some work and take like a lot of the branches that have fallen off into the water and take that out because they don't want fish to get snagged and then break off and have rigs stuck in their mouth. But here it's au natural, and I'm fishing in the dirtiest corner. It's all tight to the margin on the branches on the far side, and it's just branches sticking out of the water everywhere. I lost 2 really good fish last night in the snags. You have to get to the rod so fast and back up to get the fish out. And once you get, I mean, the safety of like the center of the swim here, you can play them a little easier. But we got this one. Vince's boilies, catch cook carp man, crayfish boilie, 18 mil, and pink crayfish pop-up in 14 mil. We're just fishing that on a snowman rig with a strong kicker and then 3.5 ounce lead to cast out. If we're using the boat, we're using 8 ounce leads with a little PVA, like I said. Beautiful, beautiful one. I tell you what, all the fish here fight so hard once they hit the mat. This one's actually being pretty cooperative, but that's a really nice one. Okay. The first side was prettier, but there she is, final look. Gonna get her back. Really nice one, about 20 pounder. They just have such a thick frame. Got a nice little branch I can step on here. Put her straight into this snag. Bye-bye. My beauty mirror from last night. Just over 20 pounds of French mirror. Such a nice fish. We're yet to hit that 30-pound mark, but it is definitely gonna happen. They're in here. We've lost a couple really nice fish. We've had a couple really nice fish. I take these 20-pounders all day. It's a great warm-up for Madine. We're gonna slip this guy back. All the rigs are back out placed. We're gonna have some lunch, relax a little bit, play a little bit of Call of Duty Mobile probably, and we're gonna catch carp in between. Let's get her back right here. Right in the thistle. Bye. See you later, alligator. In a while, crocodile. There's this crazy plant all over here. This right here. And if these little buds touch your leg, you fire up in this crazy rash. And Vince says that it's a good tea to drink. That when you're sick, you drink that in a tea. I don't know. I don't like how it feels on my skin, so I couldn't imagine on my insides. But we're gonna get back to it. That was great. Great fish, great morning, great day 4.
The wind had picked up and some of the clouds had moved in. As the sun began to set, the fish kicked off again. Bite after bite for myself, Jared, and Matt. We barely had time to gather our thoughts, putting rods out, prepping rigs, and playing fish after fish. With being so many miles away from home and all of our responsibilities, we took the time to enjoy where we were and everything that came along with it. We were truly enjoying every second that France had to offer and just living in the moment.
2 really, really nice commons. Back to back. We had 4 bites in 5 minutes. I lost one out of the small lake. Matt just caught a small mirror, and we had 2 beauty commons. 2 nice fish. We're gonna get them back. We'll slip them back right here.
With the bite in the afternoon being slower than the past days, we took the time to admire some of the fish that we had caught.
Bye. Bye, girls. Double header. Woo.
France has such an amazing fishery, and for someone from Canada, the unique mirrors and chances at personal bests makes a country like this such a special place for a carp angler, or any angler for that matter. In the meantime, Vince showed up with food and drinks as we talked about fishing and some of the special fish in his lakes, to be specific. The rods were out on the spots, waiting for nightfall and the hungry carp to return. The lake was quiet and the rods were motionless, but the traps were set and all we could do was wait. We were talking about a particular koi that Vince had in the store when we first visited his shop in 2018 that has now been put into the lake and hasn't been caught in nearly 7 years.
Vince showed me and told me that the koi loved particles and tigers. So after not even an hour of swapping out my bait for tigers and putting it back on the spot, I couldn't believe that the first take was the unicorn that we all wanted to see.
Get it! Oh my god! It's big! It's a giant orange koi, dude! You got it? Yeah!
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Nice. We were just in the RV enjoying a little bit of the last of the evening. Everybody's going to bed. Rod ripped off. Beautiful mirror. We're gonna put that one in a bag too. It's almost midnight now. We're gonna show you this fish in the morning, and I think it's just the start of the evening because it seems between like midnight and 6 o'clock it's fish after fish after fish. So you guys won't even see this right now. We're gonna unhook it, put it in a sling. You might see a couple fights through the night, and then you'll see some fish in the morning.
After the koi, I wasn't ready for the night that we would have. With fish after fish coming in quick succession, I managed to put some beautiful mirrors in the sack to be seen in the morning. Not only did I break my personal best koi that night, but a very special common graced my net. And when it came time to look at the fish and weigh it, the scale went around past that magic weight that I've waited so long to achieve.
We have the big koi to show you, but first we'll start with smallest to biggest because a lot's happened. I got a couple nice mirrors here. One that has some really beautiful big apple scales. Awesome mirror, not the biggest, but some crazy big scales on her. That is such a beautiful little fish. And mirror number 2, again, nothing huge, but definitely worth putting in the sack to take a look at. Probably like a mid double, maybe 15 pound or so. Oh my God. Nice one. Good genetic, big hump. Massive hump. Ripping off in the snags. And these are 2 really nice little mirrors. We're gonna get them back on their proper lake. And we have some real special PVs to show you guys. So let's go get these guys back. Bye-bye. Graceful. Best release yet. That's the way to do it. Let's go look at some big ones. Yeah, she's massive. She is massive. Wow. Dude, what? We got a giant common. My new PB. We did a quick weigh this morning when I got in the boat. I was like, this is a 30 pounder. And then I put it on the mat and I was like, this is probably a 35 pounder. And then we weighed it and it went past that magic number. We're gonna weigh it again, but this is a colossal fish. Wow, what a head, what a fish. Oh man, that is so good. But that's a giant fish. Crazy fight in the snags. Yes, this is the fish we've been looking for. We skipped the 30 pounders and we went straight to a 40. Forty-one pounder. That is such a good fish. We were saying, like, look how big the tail is. It's like the size of my face. And the head is humongous. My PB before this, I've had 2 39 pounders. Been waiting to break that 40 pound mark. There we go. France 40 pounder, mission accomplished. We're still looking for that 20 kilo, which puts us at about 44 pounds. but I still have another special fish to show you guys, which is even crazier than this. A little bit more of a unicorn. We're gonna get this guy back, get some nice water shots, and we'll show you the next one. We gotta go to Vince's, we gotta make boilies today. He's gonna show us the whole process. Let's get this guy back over by the water.
It's only proper to release my new PB in the water. Absolute tank of a fish. It is a massive, massive common. And a new PB, baby! Woo! Oh my God! I don't think that's the only one because I got another PB in a bag, so we're gonna get a couple water picks and we're gonna get a nice release. What a fish. Okay, we're gonna let the brute go. Maybe we'll see her again, maybe we won't, who knows. See you later. Alligator. New PBs, baby. Man, we still got a full day, and then we got all of Madine, and then we're coming back, and we still got a unicorn in the sling to show you, so let's go take a look at that. I'm soaked, I'm about to get hit with another bucket.
Oh yeah. So that was my first fish of the night. She's mad. Crazy up a crazy fight. Tangled in my line, everything. Managed to get her out though.
Nobody came to help you.
No, that's what night fishing is. The daytime, everybody's there to help net 2, 3 pounders, 10 pounders. No, at night, the big girls come out to play, and you're all on your own. All alone.
Unless you really get snagged up, nobody's coming to help you.
Yeah.
Nice one.
So this was my second fish in the night. Beauty mirror.
You had 3 runs.
Yeah.
Lost one to a snag. Got one. The snags are treacherous. It's really like natural environment here. A lot of these pay lakes, the guys will cut the snags out of the water and then you just have the overhang. But here it's like au naturel.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'd rather it be that way. It's a little bit more of a challenge, a little bit more like back home, but we get these gorgeous fish that we can play with on the end of the line. Yeah. Awesome. Graceful, that one. Way to go. Now it's the koi. Now we're gonna show you the koi. We forgot we had those too. We've had a lot of fish. Oh, Matt's got another one, baby pond. All right, we zeroed our scale. It's definitely my PB koi. Yeah, you were right, Jared. 16 pounder.
Oh yeah.
16 pound koi, that's like 5 pounds from my previous PB. Let's take a look at her. She is a unicorn. To catch like the kois that I've caught before in ponds with bread and not exactly hard to catch. This is a wild koi in this pond. Vince hasn't seen this fish since 2018 when he put it in here. Crazy wild koi. He says he sees it on the drone sometimes, but this is an absolute beauty of a fish. Wow. When I saw it pop out of the lily pads last night, I was so worried that she was gonna get tangled and pull the hook. We were literally just talking about it, all sitting around the table, talking about the kois and different tactics on how to get them. 3 tiger nuts, half a pop-up. Vince's pop-ups, Vince's baits in general, the boilies, the particle mix he gave us. These are the results. We have 68 fish now landed. It's gonna be maybe 100 fish tour to France. Crazy, crazy fish. We're gonna go get it back in the water, get some water shots, and we're gonna go to Vince's, get some more stuff we need and see some boilie making. There she is. If this isn't the unicorn of the lake, I'm not really sure what is. There is a 55 pound grass carp in here, but I don't know. I think something about a wild koi in these ponds definitely makes it a little bit more special. That's a crazy fish. We're gonna get her back, get a couple picks in the water, but that is definitely, she's ready to go. We didn't even get a picture in the water. Sick fish. Wow, okay, back she goes. Who knows when we'll see her again. We saw that fish in 2018 in Vince's shop when we came to the WCC for the first time, and the first time we ever met Vince. But there's that fish 6 years later in my hands. Pretty crazy, pretty crazy. 2 PBs one day. still got like 10 days left. More magic to be made? I think so.
After taking the first part of the morning to show our fish, I headed out in the boat, topping up all the spots with bait and pulling the rods to give the spots a rest, admiring the natural beauty of this lake and taking time to look for new spots as I fed. When you take the time to slow down, you can really appreciate to see how old the lake is and how old some of these fish are that are in it. We rigged a few rods and went out on foot to a small garden pond that is extremely overgrown, but has a few very special fish. The plan was to walk the pond with bread in hand, looking for carp and koi just under the surface, where we could hopefully make a well-placed cast and get a few bites off the top. Alright, we made it into the garden. On the way in, we spooked two fish while we were looking. One of them looked to be a white koi. And then we saw this fish. We threw some bread to it and it was a little hesitant on the bread, came and checked it out and kind of moved out of the area, but we still knew it was there. And we came and checked another fish. I made a really good cast on it and moved the bread right before he was about to eat it. Number 2, Nash Twister with a little piece of bread, real bread. So that just goes to show that this can definitely be done. Mirrors off the surface with bread. We're gonna give Jared a turn. We're gonna get this girl back and we're gonna catch some more, maybe a koi, because they're here. What a beauty. Thank you. All right, going back to our home in the garden. Girl.
In the mud.
Bye. We found the koi that Vince was talking about, and it's kind of right underneath this log here. We got some bread to him. Jared had made one cast at him, and we don't know if he saw Jared's line or not, but he kind of retreated to underneath this log, and we keep seeing him poke in and out. So we threw a couple bread balls and let them sink down, and now Jared casted his bread out and let it. There he is again. There's another one. There's two orange kois, dude. There's one right there. There's 2. I almost think you should try to pop it up and put it back down in his face. I just don't know if you have bread out and I can't move to go get it. Don't move right now. Don't move. Well, we did not manage to get the koi, and with the sun setting, we had to get the rods back out of Vince's. And within seconds of getting the rod back on the spot, it was away. Well, we got back from our koi mission. All 3 rods are out for me. Jared got his 2 rods out. And Matt got his couple of rods out. And did not take long. Vince just showed up, opened a beer. 15 minutes later, nice result from the corner. Took me way into the snags. And this one's a lot lighter of a color than the other commons in here. Not that gold natural color. It's a little bit more white. We're gonna slip him back. Really nice frame on that one. It's the last night before we head to Madine tomorrow, and I'm excited to see what kind of magic we can do tonight. It's been crazy so far, so high hopes. Definitely high hopes. Bye. Get it back out. Sick, man. Oh yeah. Double header. Jared got one out of the little pond right there, and his big rod went, and I got that one, but it's Jared's fish because he casted it. Super nice one. Yeah. Nice scales on it for sure.
Beauty.
Yeah.
And I think you already caught this fish.
I really think.
You know, spread the love.
We're gonna check to see if this is the same one from this morning, but it had big scales just like that.
So that one was in the bigger pond.
And that one was in the little pond, which is a big fish for the little side.
Yeah, she put up quite a fight.
Sick. Bye. That was graceful. That was like perfect.
She was like, hello, hello.
Okay, after the last night at Vince's before the WCC, we had a little bit of action. Not as much as most nights, but I ended up getting this really nice common. And that's her, the last one, before we come back to Vince's after the tournament. But for now, we're on our way to try to catch Lake de Madine monsters. I'm gonna slip her back on her way. Bye. She loved that. A little France shower. And we're ready to go. Matt's fish from yesterday, super nice fully. The second fully of the trip. Now we are really on our way. We got some pictures, we're gonna let it go. And we're gonna say goodbye to Vince's until Saturday of next week. To Vince's we go. Get our bait, trolling motor, and then the WCC. We're in the magic. We're here. Hello. Well, we made it to where the magic happens. We're at Vince's shop, and in the back of his shop, he has where he makes his own recipes of boilies and pop-ups, all different flavors, and we're here to see the magic happen. He has made a bunch of our bait for the tournament. We're gonna go over the process on how he makes it. Catch, cook, carp concept, Vince in France, the city of Metz. We'll be doing a little bit of a giveaway with this video. I'll be posting a discount code below and 20% off anybody that does orders through Vince for the catch, cook, carp concept, boilies, and pop-ups. I'm telling you guys, the crayfish has been killer for us. We've been using those pink fluoro pop-ups, smashing it. They got shrimp and fish boilies as well. All three have been catching us fish, and all three will be hopefully catching us fish and winning us the WCC. So without further ado, we're gonna meet Vince and we're gonna see what goes in behind the magic. Having made boilies, Jared and myself, we both know how tedious the process can be. But when Vince started working his magic in the shop, I could see the love he has for it, and I knew why so many people in Europe trusted in his baits. It was such an honor to be able to partake in making our own bait for the competition. Once ready, we were loaded into the RV and on our trip through some beautiful country to the famous Lac de Madine. On arrival, the all familiar faces, sponsors, and of course venue became all too familiar, and a rush of adrenaline came over us. We knew we were here to compete, represent our country, and hopefully take first place and the title back to Canada. Picking our number for the draw, 660. That's good, half of the pack. I like that a lot. We are here at Madine at the WCC. We got all set up. We got Jared's big gazebo set up. We got Matt's bivvy set up in Bivvy City. The events tonight, and we got the RV and the boys right there. We managed to blow up the boat. We drove over. We got groceries. We went and saw Vince. We got all our bait that we're gonna prepare tomorrow. Tonight we're gonna go eat and enjoy a little bit of the festivities, like I said. Come back, have a shower, because it's been way too long since any of us have showered. And then tomorrow is the real deal. Tomorrow we find out where our peg is going to be, and that is going to establish how we're going to fish and how good of a chance we have at winning this thing. So without further ado, we're about to go into the hall, show you guys a little bit of what's going on in there, and we're there. We're at WCC. We're ready to go. We're all excited and we're set. We got everything we need. While waiting for the festivities to begin, we walked around Bivvy City, which is an area designated for the WCC for everybody competing to be able to set up for the weekend leading up to the tournament. Teams of 2 to 3 anglers with their helpers and support from all different countries across the globe were here for the same reason we were, and that was to win the WCC. It's wild walking around seeing all the different anglers with all the different kinds of carp kit that isn't available to us in North America. Now it's time for the buffet. As everyone got in line and waited their turn, we were given a plate and served many, many different kinds of food that we just don't see where we are from. All very delicious to myself, where on the other hand, Jared picked around a little more through his plate like a bird. The next day was the parade, where all the countries walked together with their flags and sponsored attire.
It really makes us think that our printed t-shirts were not up to par. Meeting friends from previous years and walking down to the water, we held our flag high and listened to the band play, walking back to the hall afterwards to take our seat and wait for our turn to pick the swim on the lake.
It is the afternoon after peg draw, and we have done the draw, the parade. We met up with all the different teams. We sat there waiting until our turn. We were team 60 to pick the ball, and we chose spot number 96. There's a lot of good spots, like Jared said, and there's a lot of bad spots. And you'd rather have an okay spot than a really bad spot. And we got a spot that's good, has a lot of fish in the area, has a lot of catfish in the area. We have a bunch of weeds out in front of us, but the number one important factor is we could bring the RV right beside the swim. We can't fish till tomorrow at 2 p.m. It is around 4 p.m. right now. So we have a lot of prep to do. We're gonna get bait ready. We're gonna get all the bivvies out, get the whole site set up for the week. And then we can start assessing, maybe take a little look this evening, see where fish are jumping, and be ready tomorrow for 2 o'clock to get the rods in, get the baits in, start looking for spots, and hopefully on the first night, catch some fish. So we got a lot of work to do. See you guys soon. Cue the B-roll clips.
With the fishing starting the following morning, we were not allowed to put in any bait, go out in the boat to check the swim, or cast any lines into the water. With that being said, there was still a lot of work to do upon arrival, from setting up camp for the boys and getting everything that we need for the event outside, ready, and accessible. Getting ready all the rods and all the bank sticks was a job on its own, as we would be fishing at long distances with the boats, heavy leads, and different rigs and setups than what we were using at Vince's. It was time to get prepping.
All right, so we're making a little bait in preparation for tomorrow. We're gonna have the crayfish from Cook Carp Concept, as well as the jack from Cook Carp Concept. And we're using no particle in here. We're gonna use a little bit of tiger nuts, and we're gonna go with 18 and 24 mil crayfish boilies, as well as 18 and 24 mil jack boilies. Then we're gonna soak a little bit of tigers on the side. Then we might use as hook baits as well. But for now, we're gonna put a little bit of glug in. We're gonna let them soak, and we're gonna get them nice and tasty for the carp. That is some crayfish extract. Oh boy.
With bait made and sorted for the following day and enough PVAs tied for all of the rods, it was on to tying rigs for the evening. The following morning came and the event began, but before getting any rods into the water, there was a pile, and I mean a ton of weed that had to be moved from in front of our swim. All the rods were ready to go with full spools of line, as we would be fishing up to distances of 350 meters. Marker buoys in the boat and bait on hand, it was time to get out in the boat and find spots and finally drop the rods and cross our fingers for a fish. Well, the fish did come, but it wasn't the desired species, that is for sure.
There we go. Huge chiller. That's probably close to, I don't know, 80 pounds, 100 pounder, 6 footer, first run. Crazy battle in the weeds. I thought I had a giant carp, and then I saw this big mouth come up, and it was a giant cat. Oh well, that's the way she goes. We're gonna get a picture or two, and then we'll show you guys a release. Here. Look at the gut on that thing. Like, it's got full fish in there. And boilies. I can feel the boilies. I can feel the boilies. See you later, big girl. Bye. What a fight. First fish of the WCC. That gave a fight other than a bream and a roach. We got a siller. All that's left is a big carp. Well, update time.
I know I haven't done a lot of updates since the tournament started, but it has been a grinder. We could start yesterday at 2 o'clock. We did not find the live scope pole, and we ended up going out and just tying it up to a bang stick, holding it in my hand as I checked for spots. Found 6 spots, got the rods put out, had nothing but bream and roach through the night. 3 bream, 1 roach. Rigs were moved around. There was a big wind last night. A bunch of weed moved into our swim. We spent 4 hours today cleaning weed. I must have moved a ton of weed with the boys. I'd bring it in by boat, they'd get it out of the swim, I'd bring it in by boat, and so on. Now we have a much cleaner spot to get through. Ended up keeping 2 of our spots from last night. Had 1 spot that was particularly hard. I think it's an old road or something. And I ended up moving 3 more rods closer to that spot. So we have 4 rods on that spot, plus a rod on the other side of the weed, and then a spot that we put in the margin in 3 feet of water on this side of the weed. And we just had that first fish, a real fish, a big cat, probably over 100 pounds. I'd say it was quite a bit bigger than the one I caught in 2022. So my biggest fish ever. Until I catch something bigger than that, that is gonna be it. That was a giant fish. Crazy fight. Gave a bunch of different runs. I thought it was a carp right until the second that I seen it. Rod's back out now, and we were waiting. It is the night of day 2. Like I said, we got a lot of confidence in our spots. There was carp caught. 4 different pegs in our sector caught fish already. So the fish are definitely here. And right across from us on the small island, there was a 30.3 kilo caught, 67 pounder. So there's giants around, there's giant cats. We still got a bunch of time to just perfect it. It only takes 3 fish. It could happen in the last day or 2. So we are hopeful going into night 2. We'll keep you guys updated with what's going on. Still got a long ways to go. Gotta stay positive. All right, we had a lot of wake up calls. We had another giant cat. Let's see if we can lift him. Okay, that's a big mama. That might be bigger than the other one. Giant cat, look at the size of the head on that thing. Massive, that's definitely bigger. Oh my God. Look at the mouth. Like, he was just choking and puking up boilies when I caught him out there. We'll get her back. That was a crazy fight. Wow. 2 wells, no carp. That was a battle and a half in the boat, let me tell you. Tore up my hands. I had no gloves on when I was out there. Now they are raw. Raw dogging it. Well, get that rod back out. Catch another carp. Well, that is it. Saturday morning, we had no fish. We still have crazy winds, crazy rain the whole week. We had bream, catfish, roach, and we didn't film very much of the tournament because we were working so hard to keep the wind out of the swim and deal with all the roach. We had no carp, but we are headed to Vince's. Right now, we're gonna catch more fish. We got 3 days left. We're on the road. We got the whole thing packed. Here we go, ready to go. Let's go. The RV was packed and we were back, headed across country to Vince's Lakes, taking the time to view some of the beautiful scenery along the way. France has such an old and rustic feel to it that you just don't get in North America. Here we go. We're back at Vince's. We made it, we're back at Vince's. We got a couple days to make this happen. We're gonna get rods in. I'm gonna put a rod back in the corner where I was. The boys are gonna fish out in front here, and I'm probably gonna put a rod way back in that far corner with the boat. I'm not gonna fish the little pond at all this time. I only want big fish, no small mirrors or anything like that. And we're gonna see what we can get happen. We're gonna do a little quick setup here. We're gonna get rods in. We're gonna get fish. Let's get after it.
First one of the night. Here we go. A little late night boat journey. We got this wonderful bait all made up. Here we go. There's no seat in here, so you kind of got to do like a squat the whole way out, or you can sit on that board and paddle backwards, but I don't like sitting on the board because you make it do a big wheelie and crazy resistance on the bottom of the boat. You can't get the speed that you get like this. Like fishing all the way on the other side of the lake, which is fun until it's the middle of the night and you're paddling by yourself to go put the rig in some more bait. It's the only spot catching fish, so can't complain. 5 other rods around the island and close to the RV. My back corner rod's catching a few, but this spot is really producing today. Just no big ones yet. Boom, right on the hard spot. Throw a couple of spoonfuls of this in. We added some tuna now. Now we do have an electric motor with lithium batteries, but the motor in this lake scares the fish and the paddling doesn't. So here we are, middle of the night, paddling. I like to do a little trick when I get close. I'll show you guys this sweet trick. Now that we got close, put the rod off to the side, like so. I sit on the back, and I paddle frontwards. See how it does a bit of a wheelie? I can land myself right in solo, up onto the bank, without slipping and falling on my butt. There we go. We're back. Come on, baby. Get out of the snags. No, come out of the snags. Feels not bad.
Feels good?
Yeah. Doesn't feel like what the last couple small ones. It's got a little bit of weight for sure. Feels okay. He hasn't really done anything, but he definitely feels heavier. Doesn't look huge. No. Not at all.
No. Tiny.
Nice one though.
Yeah.
Sick one. Big scales. Yeah. Big hump.
Yeah, in the front.
Yeah. Oh man, his scales are sick. Those are huge. We got a big one on, I think. Feels heavy anyways. Just want to see you. It's gonna be a big common, I'm sure. The commons fight so hard, I find. Oh, he's over there under the island. Oh, that sounds fat. He doesn't feel as heavy anymore, but he still feels heavy. Man, big head shakes. Big head shakes. It's a pretty nice one. It's not a 40, but... Oh, it's bigger than I thought. Yeah, man. Number 2 in the bag. Midnight. Number 1 and number 2. It's just a start. I think we're gonna have 3, 4, 5. Oh, come on. A little common, a little mirror. 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. Beauty. Beauty. Nice little mirror. Nice one. What's that? Bye-bye.
Little wake-up call?
Oh yeah! Let's go, baby!
Ah. Nice. I ended up having that big run last night that was the grass carp right at the start of the night on 2 pieces of real corn with a fake corn. And then the night went on, we partied a little bit hard. There was quite a bit of loud music. We didn't have any runs until after we went to bed, and the morning came this morning, and I had 4 quick runs in succession, 2 on the snaggy side and 2 on the far side, and only landed 2 of the 4 fish. 2 of the fish took me into snags, popped the hook as they went through the wood, and then I had a small mirror that you guys saw, and I got a common that I'll probably show you guys with Jared's fish right now. Feels good?
Yeah, I'm trying to keep it out of the bush right there.
Yeah?
It's like, that's where it wants to go.
Yeah, I know.
They're smart fish. They
Yeah.
know this lake. They're
Yeah.
like, right away.
The snag's like the couch for them.
Yeah.
They're like, we're going to the couch.
I got my bag of chips. I'm full. Couch time.
With a slower morning than usual, we prepped bait and tidied up camp. Vince and his friends left, making the lake quiet again, but the fish seemed to be sleeping after a long night as the lake laid motionless.
Where are we going?
Going to a little,
The jardin?
yeah, the jardin.
We're going to the garden.
Yeah. Get some koi. Well, stock them.
We got bread. We got 10-foot rods. Some Nash twister hooks ready to go. Got a nice little net. Me and Jared, Matt stayed at the main pond, and we came in here the other day and we had seen that big koi, and I got that little mirror on Brad. So we're hoping today, Vince had a buddy go back and try to get that koi like 3 or 4 times so he could put it back in his lake, because like when the lakes flood in the spring, they overflow into this little garden area and the fish get trapped in there. So all the fish are really Vince's, and Vince has been trying to get this koi back, and he had people go there this week. They couldn't see it because we had seen it last week, and now we got the first day of like real sun. WCC's done. We're back at Vince's. We're set up. We got beautiful weather. We're gonna get some fish. We're gonna get some fish in the garden and hopefully a koi. We also brought a little bit of particle. We're gonna feed the spots so that tomorrow, maybe during the day when it's sunny again, if we don't fish the Moselle with Vince, we can come and set a couple rods in the swim, and then at the same time, stock. So we'll make an afternoon in the garden tomorrow. But for now, if we get them today, we ain't going back tomorrow. So we'll see what happens. We're going there right now.
Hey, the rods are all right?
Yeah, I think they're good.
Oh, baby.
Nice. Sick. Now see. Look at that. That's a beauty. Just passing by, we met this beautiful man last week. We've been chatting. He's been fishing Xander here almost every day we go by. And he had a fish on, got snagged. He's like, here, you want to help me get it out? Big silur. That's so nice. Sick. Out of the Moselle. Get him back. Good flash. Bye-bye. A little bit of bait on the log. The water's super dirty. We'll get a little feed in here. We'll come back and check, and we'll move down the pads and see if it's a little cleaner when we get in the lily pads. Let's just, oh, right. I see him. It's the orange one. Now where is he? I think he's still right there. Yeah, he's still right there in those pads. Oh my God. There he is. He's right there. Do it.
Come on. Suck it all in. Oh, he took the hook out. Did he? Is the hook still in? Hook's still in. I don't think he's gonna bite again. He felt the hook twice. I still see him. Let's just be quiet and give him like 2-3 minutes without casting at him, and then I'll try again. He's right there sticking his head out. He ate it too. I can't believe he ate the bread after it fell off the hook twice. We've been grinding for these kois. We chased that white and yellow one around for a while. Vince really wanted this one back. GoPro was full. Been watching him swim around here for like half an hour. He wouldn't eat the bread off the surface, but he'd eat it sinking. I missed him once. I figured, oh, I'll let it sink down the next time I see him. I made a ball. I sank it down. We watched just for the line to jump. Nash twister, just a little number 5 hook with a piece of bread. And we got the koi that Vince has been wanting to get back in the pond. Wow, and there we go. Second koi of the trip. Not as big as that first one, but this is a prized one that Vince wanted to get back in the lake. We came into the garden where they've overflowed into. We've seen about 3 different ones, one a lot more orange than this, and I think even a little bit bigger, but we got the one. This is such a nice magical fish. So we're gonna put it back in the net. We're gonna get it in the water. We're gonna run back over to Vince's, taking a break at the river for it to breathe, and then get it back in Vince's pond. We'll show you guys the release when we get over there. Awesome. All right, we made it back to Vince's. We took a couple stops on the way, let her have a drink in the Moselle, and we got her. What a beauty. Look at that fin. She is so sick. Like, look at that fish. She's back in her big home. She doesn't have to live in the garden anymore with little food. She's gonna be released into the big pond to grow big, just like that last big koi, sorry. See you later, alligator. Enjoy your new home. Bye. I hope to see you in 5 years. Sick, there's still 2 over there. We put a lot of bread in, we put a lot of particle. We might go try again tomorrow to see if we can get another one. The other one that's there is much bigger than that, probably 12 or 14 pounds. So we'll see what we can do. But for now, we're gonna get the rods back in here. Matt caught a couple small fish. We still got a common from me and a common from Jared to show you. But we'll get the rods back in, have a little victory supper, and then back to fishing. Big fish side, but not that big of a fish. But a really nice colored one. Nice scale pattern. Beauty, like orange gold to them. That's such a nice fish. But we're gonna get this one right back. Kicking off, that's number 88. We're gonna hit the 100. France 100 carp, here we come. Beauty brace of commons. Jared got his this morning. I got mine early this morning, like 5 a.m. They're pretty much twinning. Yeah, 2 really nice fish. We seem to have gotten a lot more of these commons this year than in 2022 when we got so many mirrors.
Such beauty fish, though, so long.
Yeah, they're like river commons. I'm gonna get mine back. That was a good release. With the hernia, graceful. Graceful. It's going, it's going.
So good.
It's so good. We're gonna get rods back out. All right, we're making some PVAs. The PVAs are super important to ensure that our rigs, when we cast them, are sitting perfectly. The hook's not buried in weed or buried in the silt from the lead pulling it down. And in our PVAs, we're just using a little bit of jack boilies from Cook Carp Concept, as well as a little bit of the crayfish boilies. And then there's some PVA friendly particles, some corn, soy nuts, tiger nuts, and we just kind of hit it all with the quarter crusher. And now we take our dissolvable PVAs here. We're not doing huge sausages, but I like to fill it up to about maybe a third full. And then the real important part here is making sure you take that plunger
and you pack it down nice and tight so that when it does decide to open up, it's kind of like a little explosion and makes the fish go crazy. That bait's sitting perfectly right on the feed pile. I twist up my PVA a little bit here, making sure it's nice and tight, and then I'll just pull out a little excess like this, regular overhand knot, and I like to hold the PVA with my fingers so that the knot's not too far up the string and it stays nice and tight right against the PVAs. And then I always cut it, and after I cut it, tie another knot just so it's ready for the next one. Just one little less thing you have to do, and you can see that is nice and firm, ready to go. If you're casting and you're fishing extreme long distance, you could always take this, put it back in here, push it back down tight, retie a second batch of PVA on there, and that way you'll get a little bit longer time before it dissolves. And that's that. PVA has been the trick. So we'll show you guys the rigs. We're gonna show you guys some fish. I want to go over a little bit of the rigs and bait that we were using throughout this whole trip. The number one bait I would have to say is the Super Écrevisse or Super Crayfish. We're using it as a snowman rig paired with Super Écrevisse or Super Crayfish pop-up. We're running these on blowback rigs, and all of our rigs that we were using, well, me anyways, especially during the tournament, were all blowbacks, just different baits. We're also running the Super Jackrabbit in 24 mil, and they have like a really nice particle coating on them, a little bit bigger of a pop-up there, just to counterbalance that bigger boilie, again, on a blowback rig. And then also, we had quite a bit of success at Vince's, and we had them out. Try to get rid of the bream in that. We were running 2 tiger nuts there with a half of Super Écrevisse or Super Crayfish pop-up. Those pop-ups are absolutely killer. I'm gonna bring a few back to Canada and hopefully be able to try some of these meatier boilies, which normally don't work. Fish or meat back home usually means catfish, but I'm gonna keep them for the cold water season and even maybe try them out on Mirror Lake because these absolutely killed it here. And if they can make the ride home, we will use them. Just wanted to give you guys a little rundown of what we're using. I also ran a little bit of a corn rig for a while, had a few fish on it, but seemed to be a lot smaller fish, so we went back to the bigger boilies and bigger pop-ups in hopes of catching bigger fish. It's crazy because in 2022 we had a lot of 30 pounders, only 17 fish in our whole trip, and this year we haven't had any 30 pounders out here, but we did have a 41 pounder, so Jared wants a 30. It's coming, eh bud?
Yeah, 30 pound meter.
Yeah.
That's what I want, 30 plus.
Yeah. Thank you, Vince, so much for everything, especially the killer baits, all the hospitality, and his lakes have been amazing, all the gear has been amazing, and the trip so far has been amazing. Only 2 days left. It's sad that it's coming to an end, but all things have to come to an end. We will be back, but we still got time. One more big one maybe? Living the good life. Warm food in the RV, on the swim. We got rods over there. We got rods right there. We got rods over there. We got rods over through there. There's rods everywhere. We're not 3 rods each. I don't think we're fishing 3 rods each. We got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we got 9 rods. We're smashing. But for now, ravioli. Got one. We're just sitting in the RV playing some Call of Duty. It's got me behind the island. I'm just stuck. I got him out. He was stuck in a tree. Oh, it's a sick one.
Yeah, it's a sick one.
It's a sick one.
Oh, wait, there.
It's a sick one. Oh my god, it's such a nice one. Yeah. It's not big, but it's beautiful. Hi.
Hello. Hi.
Grand tour. We got driving areas, or chilling. We got rig set up. We got bar. We got camera gear. We got the kitchen where we got our boilies and all our food and yumminess. We got a stove that doesn't work. We got a sink that we can't use. Storage space for clothes that we don't have.
Showing the bathroom we can't use.
Bathroom. We got a nice shower that we can't use. Toilet that we've never used. And a sink because we can use the water, but then we gotta drain it every time or it smells like poo-poo when we're driving around, and we didn't even use it and it already smells like poo-poo, so we didn't do anything about it. But here's bed number 1. This is where I sleep. Matt and Jared have been sleeping outside. There is also another bed right here that folds down like this, right there. And then you can use that ladder, set it up here. Jared just threw all his shit up there like he owns the place.
I had a hernia, I can't do it.
It's hernia. And then to lift it back up, you just use your head like so. There we go, click it. And then click that right in there. There we go, grand tour. Trying to keep it clean because we live in here, but it's hard. It's been hard. It's a kitchen, bathroom, chilling area, recuperating, staying out of the rain, mud zone. But it's home. Late night one. Late night fish. Lift the back of the net. Got my GoPro. Yeah, wow. Little guy. Oh my god, I can edit. Not a very big one, but you're done. You're done.
In the net.
We're gonna make it. We're getting to the 100, that's for sure. Well, we just had another fish. A really beauty mirror. It was actually this one right here. Really nice scales. This other side too is absolutely beauty. Wicked nice little mirror. And the beauty from last night, 2 nice little fish, unicorns. They kind of remind me of our mirrors back home. We still got a few hours left. We're at 97. We got a nice comment to show you that we're going to show you when Vince gets here. We want to get a nice picture with Vince. But these 2 beauty mirrors, we're going to slip them back. I got a rod to get back out. And we get back to fishing. All right, going back. Bye. And bye-bye. Dick! Alright, we're back on the spot. Back with the corn. PVA to make sure it sits for friendly. 8-ounce lead, quart a liter. And like I said, just a regular old blowback. 3 pieces of real corn, 1 piece of fake corn. PVA that's exploding with liquids. I'm gonna put it right on the hard spot. Boom. Boom. That is it. A couple scoops of mix, a little bit of boilies, a little bit of corn, line. Well, night has fallen, and here are two of the fish from today. Matt's new PB mirror, and a nice common that I had at the early hours of this morning. Probably a mid-20 and probably just under 20-pound mirror. Two really nice fish. We got a really special mirror for the morning to show you guys that we just got. Big common, bye-bye. And the mirror, graceful, bud. Bye. Back to the van. Back to the van, make a bunch of noise in front of Jared, swim! No, but seriously, let's go back in the van.
Come on, it's just fish after fish right now. It's just fish after fish. It's just heavy, swinging the snags too. Feels like a good fish. Nice mirror. We got him. Beauty. A little football. A little football. Oh, and I caught a minnow. 2 for 1.
The last morning. It's gone quiet. I had so much action through the night until about 4 o'clock. Couldn't get any sleep. And then all of a sudden, Jared's coming on. You want me to come? Beauty. Yeah, nice little fish. Maybe the last one. Yeah, maybe. For you. Yeah. Matt's got one on right now, so behind the bivvy. But we'll slip this one back. Matt says it feels pretty good for the small pond, so we're going to see him. Bye. Well, the trip, fishing-wise, has come to an end. We still got a day left. We're gonna head to Paris. I had 3 beautiful fish last night, including the smallest of the 3, by far. One of the sickest little mirrors of the trip. Beauty little zip. We got 2 other nice mirrors here that aren't very happy. One that's got some huge apple scales on them. Number 2, with these beauty big scales. And then number 3, after this fish, things just went quiet. I ended up having 6 runs through the night, landing 3 fish, losing 3 fish. But great way to finish the trip. We finished with 105 fish. We're headed to Vince's shop. We're gonna release these guys and we're gonna go to Paris and have a shower, hotel, and a nice meal. Let's get them back. As we pulled out of Vince's lakes for the last time, it was surreal to think that the 2 weeks had passed so quickly. Locking up the gate and driving along the Riviera Metz, we didn't know the next time that we'd be back to visit again. But we knew we surely would be back to see all of our new friends, especially Vince. Thank you, my friend, from the bottom of my heart. Everything that you have done for us on this trip and past trips. I will always remember your shop, the lakes, your hospitality, and most of all, the great times that we've spent together. Upon returning the RV to Indy Campers, we made our way to the airport. We would wait to board our plane and head back to Canada. Truly, this was a Europe trip to remember, and even though we didn't catch any fish in the WCC, the times we had with friends will forever be in our memories. France 2024.